Today is 9/11/2020. It's about 11:03 a.m. I'm at Mocha, Puerto Rico, which is you should see the flag right there, and the Puerto Rican flag. The perpetrators like to tamper with my location. I live in Mocha, Puerto Rico, and my father owns another house in Puerto Rico, and the perps like to mess with my identity by tampering with my location. When somebody visits Puerto Rico and they stay at his beach house, they pretend that I'm over there, blah blah blah. And today we want to talk about what the perpetrators steal. The first thing you notice that they do is they steal women from males. They usually hot commodities. For example, if I date a police officer or a school teacher, they make pretty good money, and they like to block me by causing flaking of skin, the energy weapons which flake skin in seconds. They cause bad odors. One time I was painting a teacher's house, and they kept on dragging fecal matter. Another time I was with the working in a high school, and there was a female that Puerto Rican female. They dragged fecal matter down. I didn't know at the time what the energy weapons was, but they all of a sudden they dragged fecal matter down. That I had to go to the bathroom. I smelled something, and I had they dragged it down to block me from encountering with a female. That's it. That's what the Homeland does. They hook up people like that. It's like a mafia Homeland scam that they do to people. They also conspired against me using after my father won the lottery, or Homeland, whoever the Homeland does that to people. They block people, and my father won the lottery in 2002. He won $22 million. But he took the lump sum is the $22 million. He won a $45 million jackpot. If you type cup of coffee and $45 million to go, you'll see a New York Post article of my father. I'm not sure if the audio is syncing with this thing. I had trouble with it. I recorded earlier and the audio didn't sync properly. They're trying to cover up my Mocha, Puerto Rico flying by. They stole my father's money recently. I'm not sure if it was recent or if a few years back using a scam, but I want to talk about what they steal. I believe they stole one of my apartments to get cheaper rent. That's another scam that these Homeland they'll cause you to have problems and to get cheaper rent. If they know you have cheap rent, then they'll come after your belongings. They stole my land in Puerto Rico by having my father win the lottery and then giving it to my aunt, which you should go to the kids, but that's how they use telepathy. And when I wanted to return to NYPD, after there was a story of a male who went to corrections, and then meaning another officer, he went to correction. He went from NYPD to correction, but to working correction officer, and then he came back to because he didn't like correction, so he came back to NYPD. And when I tried to get my job back, they said, "Oh, you got to go through the academy." So they sort of steal jobs in that way. You got to go. I had to go through the academy after working 7 years. He only had like a few years on the job, and he got to get his job back. He's probably still working there now. And I had to go through the academy, so they probably manipulated that. My father, the land they stole. Once again, my father won the lottery in 2002 of March. He won a $45 million jackpot. This is another article. I think it's a Staten Island newspaper. This with him and his wife. He's still married to, and he recently told me that he put money in stocks. It's you put money in stocks. They call it a Lucian scam, and what they do is you get a large amount of money put in some kind of stock market thing, and they stole millions from him, from the New York lottery. So if you ever come into money, don't trust Americans. Never trust. If you're Puerto Rican, don't trust Americans. If you're other country, never trust Americans, because they all group up on you. When I need paperwork, they pretend they don't know me, or we're not. I call the FBI. The last time I called the FBI, the female hung up. "Hi, sorry, I can't help you." Bloop, and she hung up on me. Not all the FBI's are like that, because there's the Puerto Rican or the Spanish FBI. They took my complaint, but there's a group of Americans that steal from other groups of Americans, and I think they're white and black, or those political people. I don't know. They steal my identity every day. They pretend that I'm some other nationality. They pretend that I'm a fugitive. I'm a former NYPD employee. You can see my hat there. They pop my neck with the intent to accuse me of some kind of fugitive that I saw in the street. Like, I don't know what he did. He doesn't have the right to remain silent, because they're attacking me and they're pretending that we're the same or something like that, whatever. They tamper with my location. They pretend I live in other towns. Example, they're just stealing, and they're trying to cover it up. They try to hide my Badillo ancestry, which I'm Badillo, because my grandmother is Aria Badillo Ayala. My father's Jose Gonzalez Badillo. My brother has a tattoo on his neck, on the right side of his neck. It says VS. It's about that big. And they pretend that because he's been in and out of jail. I never been to jail. I never got arrested. Never been arrested at all. The perps pretend that I'm him, and my brother's been in and out of jail, but he has a big tattoo on his neck, and they tamper with my identity. I'm the firstborn of Jose Ramon Gonzalez Badillo, and they pretend that I'm Seneca Morsiglia, which is in one of my videos that explain the shadow people videos. But the Homeland or the law enforcement don't know how to read. They know how to steal, but they don't know how to read. They stole my lifespan. Basically, these videos, my lips are turning purple. You can't really see it in this dark area, but they stole my lifespan. Like dying. And recently, a relative of mine, Badillo, name is Mita, she passed away on, I think, a few days ago, 2 days ago, I'm not sure. A few days ago she passed. I gotta go to a funeral Monday, because she had Alzheimer's, and they like to ping Puerto Ricans who own land. They like to hit them in the head. The Homeland pretends to, we don't know, and they ping people in the head, and they give them Alzheimer's by the magnetic fluxes of the energy weapon pinging people. The Americans steal, and I think that they're killing people with COVID-19. 2013 was around the last time that I caught the fever from somebody who was visiting here in the States, and I got sick, and when they hit me, it was like getting punched in the face when you had the flu. So I believe they're killing people for their belongings, because nobody gives other people paper. One group of criminals doesn't give like innocent people paperwork because they want to steal, or they create illusions. Let's see if I have any other. The reputation of my family, like the rapport. I don't have a good rapport with my father. Like, he won't give me information, because they use ways to score on me. In 2007, they started attacking me in 2007 with the intent to steal his money. And they also, I believe, they killed my grandmother, because they don't want my father giving out the money, because they want to contain the money and then kill off the family members, which he used to give her thousands of dollars. Here's $5,000, blah blah blah, and he used to give us $10,000 each. So he stopped giving us money, and that was a sign that they were plotting to, she died. He stopped giving us money, and he used to give us $10,000. He said he was gonna give us 10,000 a year, and I got $10,000. The the first year, what was this? 2003, around that time, and they quarantine the money. They quarantine the money so that they start killing off your relatives so that they can steal from you. Like they don't want you spending money. So if you have money, share with your family, and don't be stingy with them. Just share with your family. Don't be stingy at all. Uh, so they steal land, they steal money, they steal, and then they pretend that they don't know you. They don't give you paperwork. Then they want to tamper with my identity and all that stuff. And it's a group of Homeland and whatever they FBI's or whatever they are. I don't know what political leaders that don't give you paperwork, like Biden and Obama. 8 years they've been in office and they didn't give me no paperwork whatsoever. 8 years. I think they're part of that scam. They get a black guy in office. Everybody look, a black guy, and then they try to get people to vote for the black guy. And the guy doesn't give you paperwork, and he starts stealing from everybody, who allows Homeland to run back and forth, stealing and giving them poor health, killing them, etc. And that's it, basically. Share with your family. If you win money, spend it, but don't, because my father lost millions of dollars from Lucian's type of scam, the stock market scam. Millions of dollars.